What's going on, everyone? So today we're going to start a little revamp on the RGB Elite. Just wasn't cool with putting something up that was, barely anything was done to it, just some lights and stuff. Otherwise, it was pretty much just a all-black Elite. So I'm just going to do a couple things to it, just to really make it a little more unique, and then I'll repost it. It will still start at about $100. And then we'll see what happens from there. But anyway, someone gave me this idea, not that it's really an original idea or anything too crazy. They just mentioned doing like a Batman Xbox, and I'm like, you know what, that would be awesome for the Elite. I don't have to paint it, it can still be all black. We'll add some cool Batman stuff. And yeah, so I originally got this Batman emblem that I was hoping to put in the side of the Xbox and actually do a plexiglass window and have the emblem in the middle, and then probably do like a frosted window so the light looks really cool behind it. But when it showed up, it was literally, it was smaller than I expected, but it kind of like the Tony Hawk Xbox, like perfectly fits lengthwise right where this would be, except obviously it sticks out wider. So I'm going to actually put that emblem here, and then I got a cool kind of silhouette of Batman that's bigger that I'll put in the side, and I'll do the same thing. I'll cut a window, kind of do a frosted window, and then the decal I believe is white, so with the frosted window it should be kind of hard to see until it's on and actually backlit by the LEDs. It's be pretty cool. So anyway, first thing we're going to do is cut this out, and I'm not going to cut like this shape. I'm going to follow on these edges this curve because that perfectly matches the ends of the emblem. And then the sides I'm just going to cut out a little bit wider. So got the hard drive, took the top off, separate this real quick, just cut right there and there to get that middle piece out, otherwise that'll kind of block the middle of the window. And then yeah, then we'll go ahead and cut this out. Alright, so you got that cut, very easy. And now you can kind of see where I'm going with this, so it's going to follow that curve just on the ends here, and then it'll kind of square off on those, that's not a square. It'll kind of trapezoid off on the top and bottom. So now we're going to get a lot closer with our cuts here, smooth out these lines. And then, yeah, then we'll kind of sand it flat. Then on the back side, we cut off, if you ever had these apart, you know there's those things that stick up, or if you've seen one of my videos of doing this before. You just cut all those off, and then we'll go back and smooth out that flat, as well as these two little ridges here. And that's so that our plexiglass will sit nice and flush there. Alright. Alright, that's a little better. Still gotta go back and kind of straighten up these corners a little bit. And I wasn't planning on painting anything, but this top piece was already kind of scratched up and stuff, so I just sanded the whole thing. And then, like I said, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to fit our emblem in there and just kind of make sure it's squared up. I think I need to go back and re-straighten this top one just a little bit. But yeah, we'll check on that. And then, let's see, what do we do for the top? I'm obviously going to use primer first, just black. I don't know if I want to do like kind of a subtle color shift. I was really just thinking of doing, either redoing it flat black, this is like an engine paint, or if I want to put a little bit of that flake, but do it kind of like the Tony Hawk Xbox, where I'll do the matte finish clear over it, so it's not like a super sparkly obnoxious thing, it's just kind of like a subtle deal. So, but if I do this, I'll probably do the top and bottom vents. I don't know if I'll do the actual sides, but I don't know, we'll see when we get there. I don't want to paint it, but, or at least spend the time doing it, because I have to let it cure, and then yeah. But anyway, so that's gonna be the window. We got these parts smoothed out there so we could put plexiglass. And yeah, I'm going to go get the emblem and just make sure this is squared up in the middle and all that. And basically we'll put the plexiglass on and then stick the emblem to the plexiglass and then reinstall it. And of course we will put some LEDs in here so it's backlit. And I just got another strand of that $5 LED strip that you can cut to any length and have the remote too. Same remote would be for that as the LEDs on the inside, of course. And then we will sand the plexiglass so it's like a frosted window. That way it helps disperse the light, and just I like it a lot. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so excuse the huge mess. So I'm sanding this. See, I straightened out that top, so I think it looks a lot more even. Looks pretty good. Now, the person who gave me the idea for this, they said, you know, do like a Batman console or something, and that just popped into my head because we've got an all-black console. Great starting point. And they also said, you know, step out of your comfort zone. And that popped into my head while I was sanding this hard drive piece here. So I think it would actually be pretty cool, and I only barely sanded this so far. I would sand it heavier. I think that would look pretty cool to just sand the whole thing and then clear coat it. Probably with like a matte clear coat. So it kind of looks like the, you know, the metal on the Batmobile, like it's like kind of worn out, I guess. So you could see it would kind of give it that look. And I would sand it extra heavy on all the edges, and then just kind of do the same on the whole case. Now if I do that, I would probably go back and keep these two side pieces. These came off of the Jasper that is now in the Eyeball Xbox, because these were just in much better shape. I mean, they're in excellent shape, especially for an Xbox this old, and especially one this cheap. So yeah, I don't know, I think I might do that. But like I said, I would do it to the other side panels, since these are in good shape. So I'll keep these and probably heavily sand the other ones. Now again, if it's something I don't think is really going to look right, well, then it's just sanded and ready to be painted something else. But I am still going to be waiting, and it'll still be part of this video, but I'm waiting on the decal to come in so I can cut that window out. You always want to do that and then sand and paint or anything. Unlike this Xbox, we know I already modified it, did the paint, put the fan on, and did the cool, I just really like these stickers, which that's why I was so, just to sidetrack a little bit, was adamant about not trying to recreate these stickers on another another disk drive. I wanted to make sure I used this exact shell, because this wasn't just one sticker pack. These were stickers from multiple sticker packs that I have just collected. Some were ones from like a vending machine, or ones that came with something, so I can't exactly recreate that. But yeah, anyway, so but what I was saying, so you know, this one isn't going to be in the best of shape. There's a couple nicks around it from me cutting all this stuff out for the reservoir and whatnot, and the radiator, while it was already painted. So, but anyway, I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to do like a sanding effect, or sand it, not an effect. I'm going to sand the whole thing, and then do it heavier on all the edges, and then maybe just do like a matte clear coat over it. But yeah, anyway, this is what this will pretty much look like, except you won't see the metal frame. There'll be the plexiglass underneath both of these things, and then it'll be backlit by the LEDs. I think that'll also help with not making these edges super perfect. If it's supposed to look a little worn out, you know, I think that'd look cool. But yeah, so I'll be back when this decal's in. I can measure that out, install that. I also want to swap out the green fan on the inside for a yellow one, because when I think of Batman, I think of black and yellow. So Same thing with this. Oh boy, I made it dirtier. Temperature display here. This is the blue radial style, and the only other ones I have right now are the orange one where it's just the numbers and the red ones where it's just the numbers. So I don't know if it'll be fine to just leave the blue one there. Obviously the lights in the hard drive and in the case are technically RGB, so you can do whatever you want, but then we'll have the yellow fan that will kind of backlit or backlight the silhouette decal, because obviously you can just turn all the LEDs off, and then, or it'll be backlit whatever color you decide, whether it's yellow or red or something like that. But I don't know, I think I might want to put one of the red ones in, so we'll see about that. Anyway, we'll be back. Alright, so I'm gonna take one of these cases, not the one that's already on the Batman build, because that one's in great shape. Not that these are in terrible shape, but they're not in the best. Anyway, I'm gonna take one of these and just start sanding it up real good and see what it kind of looks like. I'll also have to take off whatever stickers. Here we go. If I use this one, I'm definitely taking that off. GameStop refurbished. Ugh. Anyway, let's go ahead and sand this. Alright. So I don't know how well the camera will pick this up, but I've just kind of been scuffing this up. This is the front side. I already cut this out for our little silhouette decal. I'll show you that at the end. You'll just have to keep watching or skip ahead, I guess. I really like how this one's coming out. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of one of those trust the process, I guess. And I'm just hoping it kind of looks like I don't know, the Batmobile, but kind of worn out, scuffed up. I think this looks really cool, especially since the Xbox logo is still glossy in there. And I left this part unsanded so you have like a comparison, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna sand it, but I still gotta take that little sticker off. So yeah, I don't know. I think that would look kind of cool. We'll just have to clean it up, and then I'm gonna put a matte clear coat over it just to seal it. And yeah, nothing too fancy, but just trying something new. Alright, got them like wiped down. Probably can't tell too much in this lighting or with this camera. It's on battery mode and blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted it to still be black, but kind of, I don't know. I don't need to explain it. Anyway, matte finish is what we're going to go with. I could do like the triple thick glaze over it, but I don't know. It might give it a little bit of like a 3D type of thing, but I just think the matte is going to look nice over it. It'll give it kind of a gloss. It's not gloss, it's matte, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we'll spray it. Alright, so I'll be honest, just kind of learning as I go. I did the matte clear, and it pretty much just filled in all of the scratch marks from the sanding, so kind of just did a light dusting of the red color shift. So hopefully in like a not well lit room it just still looks like a black Elite, but in certain light it should have a little something extra to it. So then we'll do a clear coat over this, and that's pretty much going to be it. And then I'll cut to putting in our window, and I'm going to change out the temperature display from the blue to a red one, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and swap the 40mm UV fan from the greenish one I have now to like a yellow and red, I think. So pretty simple one, and we'll put it all back together and put a little bit of LEDs in the hard drive, so we'll have to wire that up. Alright, so here's our Batman stencil. Put it on the thicker plexiglass, which is a lot harder to cut. I just use like a razor blade, cut both sides, kind of bend it. I just wanted something sturdier than the regular plexi. I went ahead and sanded the back of it, so it's kind of like a frosted. I'll probably go back and do it a little bit more. But yeah, basically that's going to show through there. I want to sand it a little bit more, I think, so it's harder to see through. And the more you sand it, it kind of looks, it'll help blend in the stencil until it's actually backlit, and then you should see it pretty well. Also got the chrome trim on there. And now we're going to do the same with the thinner plexiglass on our hard drive cover. Do the same thing there, sand the back of it, give it a frosted look, and then we're going to stick this logo to it, and that's going to sit inside there. Got this one cut out, lined up, sanded, frosted look. Got this one lined up. I'm going to go ahead and glue those on, and then I'll put the logo on our hard drive, and then we just got to hook up the LEDs. Alright, got that guy on there. Got this one on. It's pretty cool. Now we gotta take the case that's on there off, put this one on, and like I said, change out the 40mm fan, which I already showed how to install. I'm just gonna swap it out. And yeah, we'll come back when it's all back together. Alright guys, we got this all back together. Now I didn't paint the top and bottom vents, I just did, or the faceplate actually. But as you can see, it kind of blends in. It still looks like the stock system, which is what I like, but then in the light, you'll be able to see the flake through there. Same with the top. So let's go ahead and plug this in, make sure it works. And I went ahead and just left the blue temp display in there because I only have 2 red ones, and I kind of want to use both for my Xbox One S, but I don't know, I might just use one, and I want to have a red one just saved on the side because they're getting really hard to find. Blue ones, the radial style, you can find all over the place, and the blue ones with just the numbers you can also find, which I just received the one. I'm going to put in that'll be the very next video. But anyway, let's plug this in, make sure it works. Got that. Alright, I want to make sure my controller still connects to it. There we go, perfect. Alright. It's pretty cool, it's kind of ghosted in there. I kind of want to go back in and take that sticker off the DVD drive. I just can't stand when there's a window and all you see is the factory DVD drive. Or we'll find maybe, I don't know, I could either literally just paint it black or white, or just put some stickers over it or something. Top logo I think looks really cool. Got our temperature display. I also swapped out the 40mm fan. I don't know if you can really see it. It's a lot more dim than the green one that was on there, but the green one kind of interfered with the LEDs, so you'd see a little green spot here, and then the LEDs whatever color. But this one you don't really see shine through. You can see a little bit of yellow. But yeah, turn that back on. There we go. It's on flash mode now. So there we go. That's all there. Very soon I'm going to post this, and we'll have the little sale listing video to link to our eBay listing. And yeah, again, this will still probably start out at what I had it before, about $100. I just wanted to do some extra to it instead of leaving it like a regular Elite with a couple LEDs. So now we've got a whole Batman thing going on. Batman window, Batman logo up top, LEDs in the hard drive, temperature display, extra fan in there, older heatsink swapped out on the CPU, which is actually better. So, and then of course our RGB ring of light, the clear button. Controller, 150 watt supply, Jasper system, everything you need to get going. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video where we finally finish up this guy.